Hello and welcome to my new informational video about New World. I'm your host Zedik and I'll be talking about weapons for the 1.0 release. But before I go any further, I want to let you know that this is all my opinion and no way endorsed by Amazon. The information I provide comes from my insight into the game and...
I can feel that in my jellies. You know, you feel it when you really believe in something despite everyone telling you you're wrong.
These are the 4 talking points in the order I'm going to go over them in this video. 1. The weapons I feel that are most likely going to be in the game at the 1.0 release. 2. The weapons that I feel have a chance to be in the 1.0 release. 3. Weapons I would like to see in the game at release but not likely be there. 4. Additional content. Spoilers! Okay, the weapons that are most likely to make it into the 1.0 release of the game are the ones that we saw in the preview and 5 additional ones. I believe the first additional weapon will be the one-handed mace. I would assume this to be a pure strength weapon, as the more power behind your attacks, the better chances you had at harming the defender's armor. The second weapon would likely be the one-handed rapier. I feel like this is going to be a pure dex weapon, as you'll need to be agile on your feet to wield this weapon properly. The third weapon will likely be the two-handed spear. I think a good balance of dexterity and strength are required to wield this sucker. You need to be light on your feet, yet strike hard on your foes with great strength. The fourth weapon for my guess will be the two-handed great axe. I have a good feeling it will be pure strength. I mean, you can't decapitate someone's head without great strength, right? And now the guess for my final 5th weapon would most likely be the pistol. I am wondering whether it will be a pure dex or a hybrid, however. The melee weapons all have a mixed bag of hybrid and strength, so why not the range as well? And to be honest, I'm not quite sure if it's a two-handed pistol or a one-handed pistol. I know it sounds strange, but if you look at the footage in the developer's video, none of the pistol wielders had a shield on, and then all the NPCs had shields. Anyways, out of these weapons, I think they can all make it into the November testing phase, with the exception of the pistol, who's having an identity crisis right now. Next up are the weapons I feel that may have a chance in the 1.0 release. These weapons are also going to be two-handed, as I can't see them being anything else. The first one on this list is the Great Longsword, or the Longsword, the Great Sword. I don't know, something two-handed sword. I personally like great sword, so I think I'm going to call it great sword. Pure strength is going to be needed just to wield this freaking thing, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be pure strength. The second possible weapon for the 1.0 release would be something for magical users. I think it would be the Ice Staff, though I can see this being a huge problem if not balanced correctly. I could just see a huge field of people running slowly due to being frostbitten. And the final weapon in this list is going to be yet another magical weapon called the Lightning Staff. We did see a decent amount of lightning users in the preview, so I would be shocked to see if this opportunity gets passed up. So as a brief recap of the 3 weapons that have a chance to make it in the 1.0 release are the Great Sword, the Ice Staff, and the Lightning Staff. Now for the final part of the weapons section, the ones I would love to see in the release of the game, but I wouldn't hold my breath for. First up would be additional swords such as the saber, khopesh, or the cutlass. Since we know the straight sword and rapier are most likely going to be in the 1.0 release of the game, why not add other swords? I mean, look at this in the developer's blog. It was first called the sword, and now in the preview it's called the straight sword. Why the name change unless you plan to add different kinds of swords? Seems a little suspect. The second weapon would be daggers, and to be honest, I wouldn't care about the daggers as much as the abilities that could go with them. Just about every dagger class in a fantasy setting are assassin-like, though I doubt this one will be a reality because I feel it will go against the spirit of the game that Amazon is trying to build. This would encourage gankers and griefers more than the game already does. The last 2 weapons sort of fall in the same category as one-handed magical weapons. The game could definitely use more of these options, and I would love to see a wand or a gauntlet fulfilling these roles. While we have seen the gauntlet conceptual art on the official Twitter and nothing for a wand, I think they both have an equal possibility of existing, as we haven't seen anything in the one-handed variety yet. A short recap for this section. I would like to see additional swords such as the saber, the khopesh, and the cutlass, and I would also like to see additional weapons for the 1.0 release such as the wand, the gauntlet, and daggers. And now for the final point on my video. Spoilers. During the preview we did see farmers with additional tools as weapons. It would be cool to see the use of the pitchfork, rake, and shovel in some kind of farming for player-owned housing. It would make for some more reliable way to obtain fruits and veggies for creating meals. Fishing would also be needed for some sort of cooking, as the fish were rather hard to obtain in the preview. Anyways, I hope to potentially see everyone April 22nd for the closed beta and May 25th for the release. Oh, I guess I should explain how I came up with those dates then. Well, let's just take a look at what Amazon has to offer for New World, shall we? If you click the buy link in the description below, it will take you to the website that has the release date of May 25th. Look at that. With the release date in mind, we need to determine the closed beta time frame. Let's base it off the August 25th, 2020 release, and we'll be able to figure that out. Once again, we have to go to an official source that we can trust, so let's go to their YouTube page and see what they got there. July 23rd. 5.5 weeks before the release that they had initially planned would be the closed beta date. So let's apply that logic to the May 25th release date and you'll get April 22nd, 2021 for the closed beta. Haha! Look at that! Thank you for tuning in for my informational video. I hope to see everyone next week. Let me know what you think in the comments below.